Alright, welcome back to Storm Age Exile, a Dragon Age campaign. This is session 4. Last time we had a session, a couple weeks back, 2 weeks to be precise, we saw our noble, valiant hero, heroine, and technically not even a heroine because she's kind of just been walking for the most part. Joe was coming across a Dalish clan in the middle of the woods off of the Mistress River. Not Mistress, but I forgot the.
I have it. I know what river it is. Wait, let me pull it up.
You know the river.
Yeah.
The
Something.
Menanta River.
There we go.
Yep.
Yep.
And she met the keeper in addition to many other figures within the camp and ended up performing a task for them in exchange for information regarding the area, as well as, predominantly just information regarding the area and a map of the area. Because Joe, she's trying to find meaning in life. We'll put it at that.
She's just hanging out, one could say.
And the mission that she took on was to deal with the Dalish elves' wolf problem that is currently affecting their Hala. Their Hala being slowly picked off. We have counted 7 Hala dead for over the past couple of months, and the Dalish elves simply cannot, we'll say, get the job done. Either warriors are turning up missing, or they're found dead, and all around, it's just not a great situation. So this is a win-win for the keeper. It's either a win because the mission gets completed, or it's a win because these random strangers that just came up, one of which being a Quinari woman, is now off their hands and no longer, something that they need to deal with / acknowledge. But in all seriousness, Joe took on the challenge with Cerebos, and their wonderful plan was to take one of the Hala and use said Hala as bait. The particular Hala that they took was a Hala that volunteered himself, and his name goes by Ricky. And
His name goes by Ricky?
his name goes by Ricky. I don't even know if that's proper English, but he is the one known as Ricky, and so far it's been, we'll call it tumultuous, in which Ricky has ran away, and to be fair, Joe has caught up relatively well, but not before that they were attacked by wolves. And after almost finishing off one wolf, just scaring it off further into the woods, Cerebos has made her return after being recently abandoned by Joe, with a wolf on her heels. So that's roughly where we are right now. Unless Pearl, you would like to add any details to what happened last session.
I just think abandon, is a strong word.
It's a strong word.
We don't need to go that far. But otherwise, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think I did a pretty solid job. Um, Joe, give me as a little warm up stretch. What give me some give me what's Joe's state of mind at the moment? How this mission is playing out thus far?
This mission is playing out very badly, she thinks. It's not the worst it could be, to be fair, but it's certainly not good either. Trying to think what she's right now. She's very panicked because she knows she has no real medical skills, so she can't stop Ricky from bleeding out. And like, if they don't bring Ricky back, they get nothing out of this basically.
Oh, they get worse than
And
nothing, but yeah.
worse than nothing, yeah. Well, no, I was gonna say, like, if they don't bring Ricky back and don't, like, kill the wolves, they get worse than nothing. If they kill the wolves, but don't bring Ricky back, still worse than nothing, but slightly better than that.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so, she's, like, focused on Ricky, but she also now realizes Cerebos has been hurt as well, and she is freaking out a little bit. Um, but she will try and not show it too much. I think she's gonna she'll freak out, kind of like trying to get Ricky to slow down, but that still had tactic to it. She's trying to not actually freak out. Um, yeah, because someone has to not freak out here.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. Can you give me a courage check?
Oh no. Oh no. What is that?
Willpower.
Uh, okay, okay, okay. Oh no, it's so fucking bad. Oh god. Okay. 8.
Don't you have like a +3 to willpower?
No, I have a +2.
Oh, jeepers, jeepers. Um, Unfortunately, let's set the scene. You're currently in the middle of the woods.
Oh no.
Oak trees, birch trees, and pine trees, the like, densely shroud what was already a pretty twilight sky. Um, the stars are twinkling, but you can't see them that well. The moon is shining, but only only the treetops feel its gaze. And as you are down on the forest floor, you're currently standing next to your Hala companion, a giant Hala, beautiful white fur being marred with red spurts of blood from the wolf's teeth and also wolf's claws. The antlers being interwoven, still as beautiful as ever. But Ricky, he's not. He doesn't feel good, Mrs. Kestis, and
No.
Ms. Kestis, not
No.
Mrs. And Sarah Boss also currently joining the fray, the best that she can, being chased down by a wolf herself. Um, she's also not doing too well. With an 8, you get the impression that if this was a class of kindergartners, the courage that you are being put up would be received well, because they would be none the
Oh,
wiser, and they look up to you, and they would eat all of this up. You're putting on your brave face and you're doing your best. But
oh,
unfortunately, these are not kindergartners. This is a grown woman, and this is a grown Ricky, and
no.
they're both the wiser to the fact that, man, that was just one wolf. Now there's another wolf, and Cerebos has not had like the best go at it just with this wolf as well. And just to clarify, these wolves are not any slouches. These are borderline. You've heard and read about dire wolves, and while these wolves exhibit the same physicality, they do not exhibit the same behavior, I guess we'll call it. And because of that, they're still just as threatening and still kind of that confusing as well, because they're not behaving as normal wolves should. Um, so when you put on your brave face, Hala and Ricky and the Cerebos do not feel encouraged, we'll say. They are like, oh, okay, well, Joe doesn't even feel that confident about it. At which point, Cerebos will get within about 35. We'll say, no, not 35. We'll say 10 yards, about 30-ish feet, away from you, Joe, while the wolf is right on her, we'll call it her horns, right on her tail. And I'm going to need you to roll initiative, as we are now going to have to figure out what to do with this other wolf. And Ricky will have to figure out whether he's going to choose to engage, or if he's going to engage and try to go out like a hero, or if he's
No,
like, nah, this is not worth.
no.
So,
God, fucking hell, honestly.
so that's Cerebus. Oh, Cerebus actually. Ooh, that might not be.
Cooking? Oh no.
That might not be great actually. Let's see here.
No. Oh, Patrick.
Ew. Okay.
Come on, Ricky, carry the team. Wait, actually, no, Ricky, stay behind me.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. All right. Come on, Ricky. Roll well.
No, Ricky.
That's not that bad, actually.
He's a legend, honestly.
And then for the Wolfie. Oh, not that great. Not that great.
Yes, first good sentence for me.
Well, let's figure out what you got, Joe. Joe, what'd you roll?
I rolled a very good, I think 8. My initiative. I
Okay.
hate that there's not a bubble for it. It's the dexterity, right?
It is your dexterity, but your dexterity, it's also contingent on your armor, but your armor is light armor and it doesn't affect it, so you should be
Yeah.
fine.
So it's a total of 8.
Okay. If an 8 is your total, then that sounds good to me. And with that, okay, Ricky gets to go first.
Oh, thank God.
Now, for Ricky's decision, I'm going to have to make him make a check. That check is going to be a self-discipline check.
Oh no.
And we're going to see how much Ricky can restrain himself from the natural urge to be a hero.
No, Ricky.
Okay, so self-discipline is willpower. His willpower is a +2. Oh, that's beautiful. He just meets. You'll look into Ricky's eyes, and you'll see that unfettered rage, that gnawing for glorious combat. And he holds fast as he just pats his hoof on the forest floor, springing up a small mound of like pine needles as he's just he's getting ready to charge, but he knows now is not the time. He will stand there, lick his wounds, and allow it to be the next turn. The next turn being the wolf. The wolf, seeing Cerebos's limp, is going to try to make a significant amount of damage, hopefully to get the job done, but he obviously doesn't know how much health Cerebos has left. He's going to make a little nip. And that is going to be a
miss. There's too many dice for a miss. I hear them. Put those away. Put them away. Hey. Put them away.
So It does hit.
No.
And he will make his attack. His attack will be... What is his attack? A
Let's just go
d6.
with it.
Just a single d6 plus 4.
Okay. Plus 4.
Okay, so 9. So it's going to be 9 damage, but Cerebos also has armor. So
That's true.
that will be in a subtracted amount that I can't disclose. But what I will say is that Cerebos is not looking fantastic, as he gets her right in the calf, and she is brutally, she has a red leg. She does have a very red leg, as she is limping toward, trying to get back to you. Can you make an empathy check for me, please?
Yeah. Come on. Okay, double 3s. Hold on, math. Oh my gosh. 15. Wait. No, 14.
Yeah, with the 14, you feel only the searing pain that she is feeling right now, or the idea that she is feeling this pain, mixed with a little bit of annoyance, as these wolves are annoying as hell to her.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Wait, Patrick. What am I supposed to be subtracting because I'm tired?
2.
2. Okay, so not 14. 12.
Oh, which is -2 to your initiative.
Yep. So now it's 6.
Yep. That's true. We did take that cost. That's a good point.
Yep.
With
I'm so
that,
honest.
yep, that's good that you're not a phony. Because of that, I'll allow you an inspiration.
Oh,
Add a d6 to a roll. But I will say this: you have to add the inspiration before you roll all of your dice. So it can't be a retroactive inspiration. It has to be a proactive inspiration.
All right.
So if there's a roll you want to get right, you have to use it then. Then in that case, it will be Cerebos's turn. Cerebos will make a stand, diving backwards. She's gonna just leap forward towards you in a forward dive using all of her movement, and as she dives towards you, she's gonna turn around and, as if to I'm actually gonna have to make you do a can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Okay, not bad at all. -2, 13 total.
With a 13 total, that's well enough. Mid dive, as Cerebos is turning around, you feel it almost before it can even manifest as a thought in your mind. The single word, permission.
Ugh.
What do you do?
In my head, I to the question of permission, in my head, I will like immediately be like, do what you have to do. Yes, you have my permission.
And as soon as you say do what you have to do, a giant rock fist shoots out of her hand and punches the fucking wolf. Let me do the respective rolls. Let's see here. Oops, dropped a dice. So that's going to be...
I'm fully expecting you to kill her and Ricky and leave me here. I'm ready. I've accepted it.
So she gets a perfect, the perfect amount needed to cast it. So she casted it perfectly. Now she has to see if it hits. And that will be 10 plus focus. So that'll be, that does hit. Okay, so this does connect with the wolf. The damage will be, let me pull up the spell real quick. Let's see here, spells. Mm-mm-mm. Where is it? What the hell? So that's going to be
Come on, come on.
4 damage plus the spell power. And the 4. And that spell power is going to be. Oh, it's a contested check. So the wolf will now have to make a constitution check.
I think it should fail.
8, 13. So it has a 13 on its constitution, and it has to beat Cerebos's spell power. Cerebos's spell power is pretty decent, actually. So 2. Okay, so because of the -2, it actually just fails. So the rock will hit, and this wolf has a thick noggin as it takes it all straight to the head, and it shakes it off, and it maintains its pursuit. It took the significant amount of damage that it had, but it is still currently on the tail of Cerebos. But Cerebos is right up to you at this current point in time. She's right in front of your feet, essentially, prone, looking towards the wolf that is chasing after her. It is now your turn.
My turn. So is there space between the wolf, me, and Cerebos?
Yes. So the distance between you and Cerebos is about a yard, roughly. She's right in
Okay.
front of you, and then the wolf is about 3 yards behind Cerebos.
Oh shit. So it's still like really close.
Indeed.
Um, I don't know if this is knowledge I know, but I think I would like have it. I would know. This is wait. No, I would know. Um, like from the other wolf and just from mechanics, how far can like the wolf reach?
Oh, like its bite range?
Yeah.
I would say within. It has to get within a yard to make an attack, I believe. Uh,
Okay.
I'm trying to think of this in terms of like D&D, where it's within a square, and I think in
Yeah.
D or Dragon Age, it's about within a yard, from what I understand. But um, it doesn't have a breakdown of all of its attacks. It just says that it can make a bite or a claw attack, and then the plus attack roll, and then the plus the damage essentially. So it's very vague in terms of that sense, but nonetheless,
It's okay. I'll tell you what I want to do.
sure.
I want to step over Cerebos, I mean not over, but step around her.
Sure.
And I want to get all the way up in the wolf's bubble, so such that it can't get to her. Hopefully,
I would.
or at least it would have to go around me.
Yeah, you can
And I'm
definitely.
gonna attack it when I get there. That's what I'm saying. I want to do like I want to be there in case it tries to get to her, because then I can do like an opportunity attack type thing. Hopefully.
Yeah, that would be perfectly fine. I think everything
Okay.
you said, that is viable.
Okay. Awesome. That is what I want to do.
Yep.
Um.
So if you want to attack, then I would say, yeah, make your attack.
Yeah. I will run up. on him. Um, and I'll start swinging with my sword. Wow, dog shit. Honestly, dog shit. What is it to hit? It's my fucking strength, right? Um, wasn't this in? Hmm. Oh. Oh. Um, bastard sword. Bastard sword. It's just plus your strength, right? Strength
Uh,
plus like
yeah, and then your proficiency with the weapon, because it's a
mm,
focus, I believe, or something.
yeah, weapon and shield style. Um,
Do you
and the
have a shield though?
proficiency. Yeah,
Okay. Is it equipped?
yeah.
Okay.
Wait, let me think. I assume it would be still like on my back.
Okay. Then okay. I don't know if you'd still technically benefit from the focus
Yeah,
if you're not having your shield equipped. Nonetheless, what
yeah.
was your total? -2, just
Um,
base.
well, just base without the like stat additions, it was 9, so minus 2 7. My strength alone is plus 3.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm trying to remember what the hell it is. I don't know why I can't.
I believe that would still miss regardless because you have to get an
Okay.
additional +3 to hit its 13
Okay.
defense. So,
Okay.
you can look for the focus in the background while all the other turns are going up. But yeah, I don't think that will hit. And with regards to, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn? You just want to stand in the way and make sure that he's not coming after Cerebos?
Yes, I do want to say, I want to be like, Cerebos, if you can, try and heal Ricky, please.
She looks up at you. I mean, I don't know if you're turning around because you're focused on attacking the wolf, but
No, fuck,
you,
she's injured too. Wait, no, I don't say that. Um, uh, let me think. I say, uh, Cerebos, please, try and heal up for a second. Let me hold this guy off. Okay, stay behind me. And that's what I want to say.
okay. Then, without even making a check for it, you can feel within the rod that she understands, and she will tend to her own wounds when she can. At which point, it will be going back to the top of the round, which is our favorite Hala, Ricky. And Ricky, once again, will be making a self-discipline check to see if he can hold himself back from being a hero.
Oh,
Um, Thankfully, he has a pretty good willpower, so he's a good man. I'll say with every turn that he decides to not get involved, the more
it
discipline
gets
he has
over.
to have. Um,
Okay.
so
All
we'll
right.
see what he gets. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Okay, so he rolled 16 total, and -2 would bring it to 14, but his willpower is +2, so it's back up to 16, and he rolled double fives. So
Wow.
with his stunt, I will say that let's see, and yes, so with 2 5s, he will
He's such a legend, honestly.
uh, okay, he's gonna use the role playing stunt enrage, and
Oh,
with his self discipline, he will stand mighty and still and just slam his hoof into the ground, looking dead in the eyes of the wolf that insists on attacking. Well, you now, because you're in the way of the wolf and Cerebos. and the wolf will look over towards the hala in question that he was originally going to be hunting. And I will say this because the enrage stunt has two different outcomes. Pearl, can you pick high or low?
Oh gosh. Um. Hi.
Okay. You will say high is favorable and low is unfavorable for
Okay.
what this wolf is going to try to do.
Okay.
So on
You rolled
my
really bad.
on my luck dice, I rolled a 2, which means that the enrage was unfavorable
Oh.
overall.
Oh.
Uh, with the unfavorable, the Hala is presenting itself in such a way. Ricky is presenting himself in such a way where his heroism needs no action because his mere presence is one for, inspiration and just overall, you ain't shit. And the wolf takes this personally. And with this kind of taunt, uh, he, the wolf, is now dead set on Ricky.
No. No.
And is going to prove that he is not the hero of this story on his next turn. And that will end Ricky's turn. At which point it will now become Cerebos's turn. Cerebos will take the health action, the healing action, I believe. Let me see here. Gotta find the major actions here. Heal. Okay, you must be adjacent to your.
It's adjacent to Ricky.
Health equal to the dragon. Well, you said. Can you clarify? You did say for Cerebos to heal herself, not Ricky, correct?
I specified herself, I think. Yeah, I did. Because I said, I didn't necessarily say her, like I didn't say Cerebos, but I said, like, take the time and heal up. Like, it seemed directed towards her, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, let's see here.
What can you feel so? When using a shield.
Holy shit. That is not a great roll. 6 plus that, and that. Cerebos will begin wrapping bandages around herself, and while she is normally very good at this, she is also caught in the fray of something that makes it hard for her to focus, and she just can't seem to get a favorable outcome out of this situation. So her major action is not wasted, but she was unable to heal herself.
No.
And
No.
with this, she will stand up, get ready, and use the minor action guard up, as she will give a +2 to her own defense in the event that the wolf were to try to attack her. That will end her turn, as it is now the wolf's turn. The wolf, now realizing the true enemy has been the main target this whole time, is now going to decide to ignore you, Joe, and sidestep you and slowly make the prowl on Ricky to prove to himself and everyone here that Ricky is not the chosen one.
A fucking point here. Oh my god, I cannot believe this.
Can you make a attack of opportunity on the wolf?
Yeah.
And this time, please strike it.
Yeah. Oh. You actually will not believe this. You actually will not. I got 2 1s and a 2.
Oh. Oh.
The dice are trying to tell a story, Patrick, and it's really fucking sad.
Yeah. They really want to see Ricky go down with the ship. The universe has said Ricky is not worthy. As your sword swing just limped from exhaustion, you were not ready for this fight. Your sword clashes into, or is it a spear? It's a spear.
Right now I have the sword out.
Okay. Your sword just clashes with the dirt with a limp thump, and
Oh,
the wolf will press on his attack towards
wait,
Ricky.
wait, wait. To clarify, I dropped my weapon fully.
No, you didn't drop it. It's
Okay.
just a limp thump in the dirt as you missed. As this wolf will begin its attack on Ricky. And what do you know? I got a 15 naturally
Jesus Christ, man.
with double sixes.
Oh, no.
So let me look at the combat stunts as this. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be gnarly. This is gonna be gnarly. Let's see here. Stunts. With a 6, the favored stunt for the wolf is the mighty blow. So
Oh, no.
he's going to do. Give me a second here.
Yeah, you can have a second. It's okay.
Oh, one or more stunts. Okay, so he's gonna do 2 stunts since he got double sixes. The first stunt is gonna be mighty blow, in which he gets an extra d6 on his attack. So that's gonna be 7 damage on Ricky.
Oh,
And let me get back to the character sheet. All right. And this is also here as well. And then he will knock. He will bite into what was already a wounded front shoulder on Ricky's behalf, as he bites in even deeper than what was already there before, and pull him down to the ground, smacking Ricky's head into the dirt. And yeah, Ricky is currently on the ground, and you see in Ricky's eyes, you don't see the heroism anymore. You see natural fear as he realizes he is just a Hala, and maybe not necessarily a hero, and he is wheezing.
no.
It's going to end the wolf's turn as it gets to Ricky's turn.
Ricky.
Ricky will use the move action to get up from prone.
Yes, Ricky.
And with
Can I yell something to Ricky?
You can.
I want to tell Ricky, I say, Ricky, wait till you get a moment to run away. Run back to camp. Run back home. You're smart enough to find your way. I know you can.
Can you make a...
Oh god, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this skill. Whatever it's gonna be, I'm not good at it.
I'll say, can you make a persuasion check?
That's communication, right?
I believe that is... Yes, that is a persuasion check.
I'll add my 6 to this.
You use your inspiration, so make it 4 dice.
Some of these dice are gonna go in timeout. I'm gonna use the dragon dice. Come on, for once.
For once.
Okay, well, it's not bad. It's not good. Okay,
Subtract 2 and then add your communication bonus.
Subtract 2. Wait, am I dropping the lowest die or am I adding the whole total?
You're adding the whole total. You'll still have your -2 bonus, or not really a bonus, from exhaustion, and then you'll add your natural communication bonus.
Okay, so I'll tell you, it's very fun. It's very silly. The dice are total of 16, no doubles, -2 for 14, +0 for 14.
You needed a 13. So your words ring true and reverberate through the forest that for Ricky, the most heroic thing that he can do right now is to stay alive.
Yes, yes, Ricky.
With
Yes, he gets it.
with that, he he nods in your direction. He will uh he will make the run, he will take the run action and attempt to get away from the wolf. The wolf will get an opportunity of attack to attack him on the way out.
Wait, um,
And
wait, wait, wait. But I specified till there's like a good like opportunity.
you're giving the hollow a lot of credit to understand.
That's fair. That's fair. No, you're right. No, 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 no.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. You
You're right.
want the
You're
hollow
right.
to know about good opportunities.
No, 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 no. It's okay. You're right. You're right.
So Ricky is going to take off in the direction that Cerebos was running from, which was towards the outskirts of the forest. And he gets 36 yards of movement when he runs. So he is booking it. The wolf in question did roll doubles. Unfortunately, the doubles were double ones. And so he had a grand total of 7, which is not enough to get Ricky's defense. Ricky running as firm and strong as possible. He's booking it out of the forest as the wolf is looking in his direction and is now faced with a wounded Quinari and we'll say
A woman.
a bothered woman.
Bothered woman.
Yep. In the middle of the woods. And that will end Ricky's turn as it's now Cerebos's turn. Cerebos will do the same thing again. She's going to try to take care of herself. And she's going to try to heal. This time she has to roll better. She can't keep doing this. And let me see here. So her healing check failed once again. But thankfully she has the focus of chirurgy, which I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but at the base level, chirurgy gives you the bonus that healing is a minor action for you. And so thankfully, you can take 2 minor actions in a turn, so she will get a second attempt to heal herself. And I'll say this one's at advantage, mostly because she spent only this time trying to heal herself, in addition to the fact that she did not heal herself the 2 times that she would have last round, had I not been an idiot and not know what the actual talent is. So we'll see.
I don't like what's happening here. I don't like this. Whatever's happening, I don't like it.
Okay, so she rolled, her highest total was a 14, and subtracting 2, it makes it a 12, and that passes. That still passes. Okay. And so she will be able to properly heal herself for a small amount, as she is now beginning to get the bandages wrapped around her calf, and to stop some of the bleeding. Let me look at the heal action, and here we go. Major actions. Healing. If you are successful, your ally gets back an amount of health equal to the dragon die plus your cunning. So they will get a dragon die, and then their cunning bonus, and her cunning bonus is actually not horrible.
Really?
Yep.
Good for her.
And she also has a focus in healing, so this is her jam. She'll get a +4 to this roll.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's a 6 for a +4 for a 10 total. So she fixed up the gnarled leg that she had, and it's fully covered in bandages, and you'll see small pink blotches come through, even in how dimly lit this forest is. You can still see that it's trying to come through, but she nailed it this time. She certainly nailed it, and with that, that will end her turn. But she is looking a lot better than before. At which
Sure.
point, it is the wolf's turn. The wolf
What?
is now.
I
Oh,
thought it was
sorry,
my
sorry,
turn.
sorry, sorry. It is your turn. I was looking at the my little health box, not my initiative box, because you haven't taken damage yet in this encounter. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So Ricky's on the run. Good, perfect. Um, I found out my weapon for sure. So now I'm good.
Okay.
Um, I'm going to. Um, can you give me like the spatial rundown of where the three of us are now?
Yeah. So the wolf is currently uh, about a yard behind Cerebos right now. Then it is Cerebos, and then it'll be 3 yards you are in front of Cerebos. So it's almost a lineup with the wolf off to the side as he was just about to get after Ricky. But
Okay.
it's about that
Do I?
order. You guys are close by.
Oh, sorry. Um, do I need to uh make a check to see like how good I think Cerebos is doing?
Um, you can make a.
No, I'm asking like, do I need to?
Oh, do you need to make a check? You see that she is standing on her bandaged leg, and
Hmm.
she is tired, but she's present. She does not necessarily. She does not look like Ricky's condition. That's what you know.
Okay. Okay, yes, that's more what I'm asking. Okay. In that case, I am going to, because I can't do both. Um, I'm gonna aim and attack with my ranged weapon, if that's okay. Because you said 4 yards, so I can do it. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. Um, damn, that sucks. Um, well, I'll just run at him. I won't aim then. um, fuck. Fuck. So I have to move. Ugh. Um, I just want to clarify. So it says my short range is 8 yards, my long range is 16 yards. So I have to be 8 yards away to throw the spear, correct?
Repeat that one more time.
So for my spear, my throwing spear, my short range is 8 yards. My long range is 16 yards.
Yep.
So if that's like D&D, I would think that if I was under 8 yards away, I would be rolling like with some kind of disadvantage.
No, because
Okay.
short range is like the limit you need to be for it to be considered short range, which means like the roll is a standard roll. I think once it gets long range, it's still the roll, but it is I think the checks are a little bit different because it's a harder threshold at that time.
Um,
But I can double check how the ranges work in this. But no, I think if it was like within a couple of yards of you, so not like 4, I would say it would be different, but I think you're fine now.
okay. Then I will try and do that then with the aim. Um,
50.
if unless you're looking it up.
All right. Oh, that is. It just told me what the ranged attack was, not necessarily how the checks are made. Um, yeah, go ahead and I'll say you can make this check. It's fine.
Okay. So then I will take the aim minor action and the thrown attack major action. Um, cancel out my -2.
God bless.
Actually, I haven't rolled these yet. I'm switching the dice. I'm not using those. Okay. 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 16 to hit.
That absolutely hits. Give me that
Yes.
damage.
Damahe, Damahe. Double fives. It is
Wait,
5.
why is it double five? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
I got double.
How does your spear work for damage? Is
Oh,
it
shit,
not a
never mind.
d6?
Sorry. No, sorry. I was rolling the wrong thing. You're right. I'm sorry. I was looking at the to hit again, not the actual damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm rolling them. I'll roll it again. I'm not going to take any of those. Obviously. I still rolled a 5, so that's good. So that is 12 damage.
So I did find it. So short range, if your target is within this range, you attack normally. And then if long range, if your target is within this range, but farther away than the short range, your ranged attack suffers a -2.
Okay. So I want it to be under 8 feet.
8 yards.
8 yards, sorry.
Yes.
Typically. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I was thinking it was in between 8 and 16 yards is what I wanted, but that makes sense.
So the spear is a d6 plus 3.
Yeah. So I don't know why I have +3/+3. I don't know what that
Because
is.
your strength is plus 3.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So then it's a d6 +3/+3. Um, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that is then I got an 11 damage.
11 damage. That's nice. That is nice.
Yeah.
So let's delete that. 20 health. Cool.
Cool.
Ricky takes his turn.
Oh, King, please, I hope you make it back.
Ricky finishes his turn.
This is so stressful.
It is now the wolf's turn. The wolf now, after you have royally fucked it up in a single swing. There was no doubles on that?
No, because it was on the roll to hit. Was there 2 5s? No, that was on the
That was
wrong
your
attack
fake,
roll.
yeah, your
Yeah,
fake damage.
yeah. No, my attack roll was a 5 +3/+3. Oh, -2. -2 for damage also?
No, just for
Okay.
a checks.
Okay, then yeah, 11.
Um, wait, you got an 11 total?
Yeah, damage.
Okay, 11 damage. Okay, I thought you were saying
Yeah,
for your check
sorry.
again. Yeah, then it'll be Cerebos's turn. No, yes. No, it's the wolf's turn. Okay, gotta move this box elsewhere. Alright, this is what I want. This is what I want. Alright, the wolf, now pissed that you are fucking it up, is gonna return the favor. And now that Ricky is just gone now, he's gonna try to take some of you goofy bastards with him. Does a 11 hit?
No. No.
Okay. Then it's going to nip at your boots and only get leather as he retracts his teeth and just growls at you and is disappointed with himself. And he's like, damn, maybe I'm not the hero either. At that point, it'll then become Cerebos's turn, who is now healthy, we'll say. She will make her attack. Let's see if it hits first. This is... Okay, so that's... Okay, that's 9 plus her magic is 12, 14, Okay, so that makes it. Um, just barely, actually. And she will hold her hands out, and in just like a firm clasp of her hands, kind of like hands folded as if she was going to church, she points her hands forward, and at the tip of her middle fingers, you just hear the faintest hiss as you hear a gas leak, essentially.
Uh-oh.
And out of nowhere, flames erupt and a jet of fire shoots from her hands towards the wolf. And you are adjacent to this. Um, so I would say, could you make a dexterity saving throw to see if you accidentally get caught in the area? It'll be a low
Yeah.
check, but nonetheless, I still want you to do it. And the uh, wolf will have to make a stamina check to see if he can get dodged or take partial damage from this, I believe. Let me just double check the spell. The wolf will make his acrobatic check to see if he can duck the flames. As soon as the jet of flame erupts, the dog just, or the wolf, I should say, knowing that Cerebos would never try to set you on fire, is going to duck behind you, and while you're trying to get out of the way, and will kind of kite it and only get nicked in the rear end, we'll say, as he passes the check actually very well, unfortunately. So he will be taking a d6 plus 1 damage, I believe. Yes. So he will take 4 damage from that, and he is doing just fine. He's not getting really too cooked by you guys. I mean, you really kind of did a number on him last round, but he's still holding strong, and he's still looking like he can give up a fight if it comes down to it. It is now the wolf's turn, not the wolf's turn. It is Cerebos' turn, that means it's Joe's turn.
I see. I see something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just you, because I rolled a an 18 minus 2 for 16, but I got two sixes.
So
Could I
you,
do one of the combat sunsets like not actually attacking?
let me look at the
Because he's not
stunts.
fighting?
Mm-mm-mm. No, because the requisite for a combat stunt is you need to make a successful attack roll.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you could do a role playing stunt, an exploration stunt.
Let's see. Is there anything I can do with
I
that?
don't think there's a really good parkour stunt or anything like that. Parkour.
Uh, Resources at hand. The upper hand. If your discoveries lead to combat,
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'll let you freestyle a stunt that you could do, but it
um,
can't be a combat stunt.
okay. Let's see. You are so impressive that all those who witness your display completely dumbfounded, unable to speak for a full round. I don't want to do that, but that's really funny. You managed to weave a thread of conversation into the primary interaction that called for the test. Unknown. You tag the perfect witty remark to the end of the action, afflicting those who hear much blah blah blah. The upper hand, if your discovery leads to combat within a moment or two, you receive +3 bonus to the initiative roll. See
I don't think
+1
I
to the
clarified. So I'm saying you freestyle a stunt. Like you come up
Oh,
with a stunt that you would like to do,
um,
as long as it's not a
okay,
combat stunt.
okay, yeah. I mean, it's similar to it's like a spin on the combat stunt. Okay.
Okay.
Um, so like I would as it ducks behind me, and you say it like gets his tail cinched, can I like either like tackle it at that time or like um just reposition myself with my shield in hand.
I'll say you can do a backflip, and mid flip, you reach to grab your shield and deploy it. And as a free action, you can equip your shield.
Okay, cool. I will. I love that. I love that.
In that case,
Really helping me
it
draw.
will be your turn.
Okay. Okay. So then, in that case, I have my shield up, and I'm going to try and hit with the sword because I threw um, the spear, and it's on the ground, not right next to me, so I cannot pick it up. Um, come, come, um, guard up. No, move. Prepare. No, proceed. No, ready. Can unsheath weapon. Otherwise, oh, I guess technically I have to ready my sword. So I'll do that.
Okay.
Um, and then I will attack.
Make the attack action. Get in there. Get in there.
I'm getting in. I'm getting in. Uh, so 14 minus 2 is 12 to hit.
Oh, you just miss. You just miss.
Yeah.
Oh. Imagine what a full night's rest would have done for you guys.
Fuck you.
All right, my bad, my bad, my bad. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I just want to make sure my body is fully in the way of uh the wolf from getting away from me, like between me and Cerebos, hopefully. No, between him and Cerebos, or it and Cerebos, hopefully.
Um. Hmm. I could say, yeah, you take a strike, then you can take the move action to reposition yourself in between them. Because I was
Okay.
going to say, if you're trying to put yourself in between the wolf and Cerebos, you would technically be jumping back into the
Yeah.
fire, but it'll be
Okay.
after the fire.
Okay.
So, with that, it will be back up to Ricky's turn. Ricky will take his turn.
Ricky.
Moment of silence for his turn.
Oh, Ricky.
It is now no longer Ricky's turn. It is now the wolf's turn. The wolf.
I don't like that I didn't hear you roll anything for Ricky's turn. That's really sad. I don't like that.
Well, because things have already happened. Um,
Stop!
in any case,
Oh,
uh,
crap!
it is the wolf's turn. The wolf will then, in turn, attack you, Joe. And damn, wait, does a 15 hit?
No, but wait, no, but did that last time it hit me? What did it roll? Do you remember when it didn't hit me?
I don't know.
Okay, well, if it rolled a 13, if that jogs your memory at all, it did actually hit because the shield wasn't up, I think.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
does the 15 hit now? No.
No, no.
Okay. Then with that, you put the shield in front of its face before it can even bite anything, and you boop his snoot,
Yeah.
essentially. And
Yeah.
that will end his turn, as it's now Cerebos' turn. Cerebos, now trying not to expend any more mana points, will take a break to basically run up to the dog, the wolfie, and punch it. I don't know why I call. Oh, I know what I call it, a dog, because the page that I'm referencing, it's stat sheet is a revised version of the Mabari war dog, and so there's just a
Oh,
big Mabari on this page, and I'm looking at it and I keep thinking doggy, but it's not a doggy, it's a wolf. Nonetheless, Cerebos will try to punch the shit out of this wolf and make it pay for its sins. That is going to be a 10 total. It's gonna punch at the wolf and just get a bunch of fur and get caught in the thicket of it all, and it will end its turn. Joe,
good.
it's your turn. Well, okay, I don't know why you're encouraging Cerebos to miss, but
Oh, that was Cerebus. I thought it was the wolf.
yeah,
Oh well.
no, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to, because I'm here, right next to the wolfie still, right? I'm right next to him.
Yep.
I'm going to minor action, uh, aim, I suppose. Is that what it is technically called? Aim?
Okay,
Uh,
just letting you know that you are right next to the wolf, so it would be if you're trying to throw a weapon, it would.
no, I'm not trying to throw a weapon. It's the, like, adding. Maybe it's not. Maybe I can't do this. No, no. Guard up. Add +1 defense, blah, blah, blah. Prepare. I thought there was another one where you can, like, ready. No. Aim. No. No, yeah, aim is it. Your next action is a melee attack or ranged attack. You gain +1 to
Oh,
that
okay.
bonus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, I'm gonna aim and attack to get.
Do it up.
Oh, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I've taken a picture. I've taken a picture. I've taken a picture to show you so that you believe me. I'll send it to you. I got 3 6s.
Wow, this is beautiful. This is a momentous occasion
Oh, oh.
in history. This is one of the moments in history for sure. Uh,
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. This is just finally, I finally fucking rolled well this game. Ah, okay. So, that is a total of, 21 minus, 2 plus 1. So, 20. I got a 20 to hit the wolf.
oh, geez. So just for you know, clarification for everyone at home, what 3 6s means. I mean that's one out of 198 different types of rolls you can get with 3d6. So it's actually rarer than a nat 20 on a d20 roll. And for reference to difficulty tests, what did you get naturally? You got a natural 22 technically, or a total of
Uh,
22 without the minus 2?
oh, no, no, 21. Sorry, because it was 18 plus 3, so 21.
Yeah, so an 18 plus 3 is 21, and a 21 in the basic difficulty test table is considered nigh impossible. So I'll say since you got a nigh impossible, I'll let you pick, your pick of the litter for, combat stunts, and I'll
Mhm.
say that you can roll, you can roll your damage with advantage
Oh, okay. Um,
because of how beautiful and perfect this roll is.
let's see. You can only perform a given stunt once a round.
No, you
Um,
can. Yeah, you can't stack the same stunt, but you can do
oh, okay,
multiple
that's.
stunts in the same round.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Um,
So you get 6 stunt points.
hold on, hold on. I don't want to do the lethal blow anyway, but um, you can make a second attack instant and threaten, taunt, pierce armor, but damage, disarm. Hmm.
All right, what's it gonna be?
Okay, I want to just do a lethal blow.
So you want to roll 3d6 of damage.
Uh,
3d6
no,
plus 3 because it's your spear.
hold on. No, no, no. I'm attacking with the sword
Okay.
because I have to be wielding the sword to have the shield up. So the sword's is 2d6 plus 1.
Okay. So it'll be 2d6 plus an additional 2d6. Roll those two separate 2d6s and then make those both with advantage.
Okay, so the first. Okay, wait. Okay, so okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay. Oh, that's bad. So total.
And then you can re-roll it and then take the larger of the totals.
Yeah, so they were both 5. So 5 for the first. Oh, and plus 1. Sorry, so 6. And then the next. This is my extra, my lethal blow attack. Oh, that is 10 on that roll. But with advantage. Oh shit. Oh, and that's double 4, so 8. So I'll do the 11. So that is a total of 17 damage attack.
17 Damahe. Yeah. So describe the cut that you're doing since you rolled 3 6s and just, the stars aligned. You actually woke up and had your Cheerios.
Yeah, I think that um I've been missing and missing and missing, and it sucked, and I'm feeling worse about myself and worse about the situation, and I'm starting to be like, oh my god, Cerebos and Ricky are gonna die because of me and my like poor planning and poor leadership here. And then like kind of like as you say, the stars align. I kind of like catch like a little bit of like the moon between like the trees, and it's not like in a beautiful way. It's like it shines right in my eyes, and I kind of like it forces me awake, and then I like in the middle, like swinging on the wolf, and I swing like right down like into its like gullet, with the sword, and then just do it again really fast, because I'm so like frustrated with myself. It's not even really at the wolf at this point; it's at me that I'm mad at, but I'm still hitting the wolf.
Just to clarify, what was the damage total?
17 total, I think.
Wow, just barely enough. How do you want to do it?
Oh my gosh. Well, if that's if I'm killing the wolf, as I bring down the second, I I think the first one I actually hit like into its neck, and it goes like halfway into its neck, and the second one I chop its head off.
Um, Give me a second here, just to clarify something, because I
Okay.
see what you're saying. But a lethal blow is an extra 2d6. It's not an additional attack. So this is just this single blow
Oh, okay,
is
okay.
dealing so
This one is
much
single.
that it dealt so much extra damage.
Okay. So I think I think just like for the like how I want to say like I made it so hurt extra is I actually like drop my shield almost like mid swing to hit it and grab it with my second hand, even though it's not a two-handed weapon, and plop it down onto the wolf's neck. Maybe not sever it all the way then, because that's kind of unlikely, but
You
most
rolled
of the way.
3 6s and you dealt 17 damage in a single strike. A single regular weapon strike. It wasn't even a great sword.
True.
Um, so give yourself some credit. You did some something absolutely insane shit right now.
Okay.
Um,
I chop off his head. I chop off his head like the woodsman in the Little Red Riding Hood.
okay. And as soon as the sword cleanly swipes through the the discs in the wolf's neck and its esophagus and all of its small blood vessels and veins that are going through, connecting its main body to its head. You cut clean like butter that's been in the microwave for about 8 seconds. I'm gonna have Sarah Boss make a check. Gosh, that was not good. Um, Describe the feeling that you're giving off through the rod as you cleanly cut through the wolf's head.
So this is like I'm not like concentrating on this feeling, right? This is just like how I'm feeling.
How you're feeling, yep.
Okay. So I think I chop off the wolf's head, and I kind of just start
And I'll
like,
say this, because Cerebos rolled so badly for understanding how you're feeling, I'm only going to allow you 2 words
oh shit.
to describe how
Okay.
you're feeling. Then this is what Cerebos will receive.
Um. uh, oh, you're making me want to go into thesaurus mode. Um. Um, I think delirium and
That's a very advanced emotion to feel, but go for it. Go for it.
yeah, delirium. Well, am I thinking of that word in the wrong way sometimes?
No,
I
no,
maybe I
it's fine that you're thinking that word. It's such a advanced and complex emotion, but I would understand that an Orlesian woman would know not only what the word means, but know that experience.
yeah, you're so right. Delirium and um
5 seconds.
is that 5 seconds? I'm just trying to think. Is I guess delirium and I don't know if I like that word, but I guess can I use like a word that would have like a hyphen in it?
No.
No? Okay. Delirium and um hyphen.
All
Um
right. Delirium and hyphen. That is what you send out through
oh
the rod.
no, pick something else. Delirium and I guess anguish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is, incredible words to pick out. Um, uh, I appreciate the thought that you put into that. That is received by Sarah Boss. Um, and we're currently out of initiative. So we're back in the woods. No Ricky, no wolves, and a somewhat wounded Sarah Boss, and a somewhat wounded Joe. I don't know if you even got hit by the wolf. Unfortunately,
I
I
don't think
you got lucky. You definitely got lucky.
so.
And in which case, you will. I'll have Sarah Boss roll another healing check as she tries to give herself some more health.
Mhm.
That clears. She does it. This will be her dragon die, and she will get back 6 health. Not bad. To let me just double check what her max health can even be. This will. Oh yeah, this will top off the tank. So she is
She's
good.
back up.
She's good, back
And
better than ever. Um,
I think what she sees of me as she's like healing herself is like
disheveled.
disheveled, but like when I pick up like first I'm just kind of like sitting there, not sitting, but I'm standing with like the sword tip like in the ground between the head and the body. And I'm just kind of like breathing heavily. And after like 15 seconds of that, so like a considerable amount kind of, I pick up the sword, and I take out of like my small pack or like a pocket a little bit of cloth. I wipe off the blood, sheathe it, and then turn and give her a smile.
You're a psychopath. Um, Unwell. Joe is unwell. She did not deliver mail.
Oh,
That backstory is a lie.
oh,
Um,
oh.
and Sarah Boss, while putting on her bandages and just trying to get herself right, will look at you and your smile and not pay it too much mind as she just says, "I'm sorry, Joe. I wish I could have caught up with you, but you were simply too fast for me, and I prioritized trying to get back to you as opposed to dealing with this wolf that was currently, you know, did a number on me. But
Sir boss. So I'll stop. I'm gonna stop using it. Okay.
yes,
Sorry.
that is okay.
Um, don't apologize. Do not apologize for this at all. This is not. You did nothing wrong here. We You did nothing wrong.
But we lost
Um,
Ricky. We lost
well,
him.
let's hope that he's made his way back. Um, should we try and walk a little ways after where he went, or do we want to go try and find the other wolf?
I think we gotta stick on the path of the wolf that we had originally fought, because we need to know the source of what this all is. But in the meantime, uh, do you need any bandages or any help with anything at all?
I kind of let out a sigh, and I kind of put my hands on my eyes. I'm like, no, I'm not physically, but I mean, arguably, I'm physically fine. I am exhausted. This may have been a mistake, but you know, um, I think we can still finish this strong.
She nods and she says, "Yes, we are. We're close to our goals. I can feel it. Uh, shall we continue on?"
Yes, I think that is best. I saw the wolf run off in that direction, and I'll point towards. You said I saw like the clearing with the rock. It ran that way.
Yep, you can make a either
Oh,
investigation. Yeah, make an investigation check.
also, I pick up my spear.
Yep.
Does the wolf? Oh, yeah. Oh, investigation. Pick up my spear, and as I'm doing so, I investigate a little bit. Wow, I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm back. Um, investigation is um uh, perception. Yeah.
Investigation is. I just saw it. It's communication, actually. Oh, that's
Communication.
interviewing people for information and finding and
Oh,
deciphering clues. Well, I guess that is so weird to
kind of
put that in communication.
communication. I don't.
I'll
I don't.
say make a searching check.
Which one's that one?
Perception.
That one? Okay. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I rolled a total. Oh, okay. I rolled a 9 for a 7.
With the 9 for a 7, you know the direction that the wolf ran off to, and because you know the direction that it ran off to, this check would actually not be that difficult. You will see a blood trail that leads to the boulder and beyond. What you oh, I guess with the 7 you wouldn't pick up on that other stuff. Okay, anyways, that's what you do notice.
Oh no. Does Cerebos investigate at all?
Um, I think because you already noticed where the blood trail. I'll say this: she'll help you, so you can make that check again and see if you can get it higher than a 7 total.
I can, it turns out. Um, okay. So that is 14 for 12.
Okay, so with a 14 for 12, I'll say that you notice that the blood going off behind the rock leads even further off into the distance to a winding trail that kind of goes up deeper into the hills.
Oh, okay.
I'll say with your 12 searching check, you notice that the forest is eerily quiet and there is not much life for how dense the forest is. This music is not correct, so let me just fix that because that's problematic. But uh, yeah, you know that off into the distance is where the wolf or wolves typically hide out. And with that, you will. That's all the information that you can really decipher beyond the quietness.
Okay. Um, I just want to make sure before we go that there's nothing like on the wolf, is there? Like, there's not like any unusualness to like the wolf carcass. Like, I don't know a ton of animal stuff, so I'm not like sure what like a normal wolf anatomy is, but I want to look at it and see if there's. I wanted to specifically look at the wolf and see if I can tell what if there's anything immediately that would be like, I wonder if that was making it act funny.
Uh, I'll say this: you can potentially find out what was wrong with the wolf, but you will have to pick the correct type of check you want to make and
Ah,
roll well enough on said check to get more information in regards to the nature of these particular wolves or this wolf.
okay. My other question then, knowing that, is that we left a little bit before sunrise, or like in the middle of the night, sorry. Um, that trail of blood I saw, it's you said it's going up a hill. How far can I like see in that direction?
I'll say you can see because the rock is in a clearing as well as the trail off into the hills is vaguely tree free, so there was moonlight. I'll say with moonlight you can see relatively far with how bright the evening sky, or not evening sky, the night sky is. But
Mhm.
in under this forest area, I'll say you can see out about 30 feet.
Oh, okay. Um, because my thought is if this is gonna be like hours of travel, it might be better to like try and see if Ricky made it back and like maybe bring this like carcass back for the elves to look at because it might be more their thing. But um I don't think that I think I'll just go with this. The checks. I'll look at the checks that I can make because I don't know what I'm top of my head still. Tests and focuses, stunts, minor, major actions. What's it in? Oh, talents. There we go. Wait, no, it's not talents. What? Tests and focuses. Okay. So I have to guess what I can. Okay, so I'm going to do the cunning focused natural lore. Which tells me about the flora and fauna of Thetis.
Okay.
I'm
And you rolled three sixes again.
gonna, I'm gonna switch to that dice. Okay, you know, not great, but two fives actually.
That's not horrible.
Um, plus a one.
Okay.
Um, that will be so for 11 total.
Okay.
Minus two is nine.
Okay, so you don't have a cunning bonus?
No.
Okay. With a 9, you notice that examining the wolf corpse, I mean, beyond the fact that this wolf is larger than other wolves, which is pretty, I wouldn't say it's like exotic, but it's not necessarily the most common thing to come across. But everything for you does seems uncommon because of where you've came from, and your experience with just the natural world on this front. So in terms of the size, you can't impose whether or not that is a something really suspicious or if this is just kind of business as normal. Looking closer at the corpse and the head that is severed from the body, you notice that the wolf is where it's cut off in two pieces where you've split it, you notice that the head and the body where the severed cut is coagulating pretty quickly and not just
Mm,
spilling out blood like you would think. And in that sense, you think that is abnormal, but you can't really surmise the significance of what that is. But you do notice the coagulation.
okay, that's interesting. I think I'll say something about that to Cerebos. I'll kind of mention it, be like, look at this. If she doesn't say anything, she doesn't. If she, I don't like ask her to interpret that, I tell her what I'm seeing.
Okay. She, upon the words you're saying, will take a look herself to see if she can gain any insightful information from this, or if it's just, or if this is
Um,
just a weird set of events. So she'll make a check of an undisclosed type.
mm,
She rolled an undisclosed amount, and what she'll say is that this is certainly quite odd, and from my experience with wolves and other creatures of the natural world, that this normally does not happen like this. And in this respect, it is kind of odd. But I can't speculate any sort of theory with any meaningful amount of confidence, unfortunately. Um, I'm sorry, I wish I could be more of help, Joe.
oh no, you're fine. I didn't expect you to have all the answers here. I just thought it was interesting. Seems like it, like you said, a little abnormal, but I don't. I also don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Um, do I get a stunt for my double five stunt for the exploration stunts?
Uh, for what? What check was it? The
Um,
the
it was
natural
the
lore check?
yeah,
No, because you're
yeah.
making a natural lore check.
Oh yeah, I guess it wasn't actual exploration. You're right. I'm sorry.
You're
I
okay.
get too excited.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Um, well, in that case, I will ask Sarah Boss if she is ready to move on from right here and towards more danger.
Yeah, she will nod and say, "I'm ready to go." And through the mask, you can't
Well,
discern exhaustion or confidence under her tone. Uh, but whatever it is, she's committed to the cause and she's willing and ready to help. And you
wait,
guys,
so I sensed a little bit of something though.
no, this is not a sense. This
Okay,
is just understanding tone.
okay.
Um, and with that, you guys will begin to walk and follow the blood trail through the forest and to the clearing with the rock. And
Wait. Sorry. There's one more thing I wanted to do before we left,
yeah,
and it was that I want to put the wolf's body like underneath some trees or like not trees like in a bush or something in the hopes that I can come back and bring it to the elves. I think that that probably won't happen because it'll probably be scavenged by at least crows, but I want to attempt that.
yeah. Can you give me a strength check?
I can. Wow, dog shit. Actually, that's actually so bad.
I'll say
Um,
Sarah Boss can help you with this, so we'll call this with advantage.
okay, okay, that is significantly better. Um, that is a total of 14 for a 12.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely can move that wolf and put it in a tree, or not in a tree, but behind a bush or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'll say
Yep.
this: can you make a general intelligence check for me?
Oh, yes, I can. Would that technically be?
We'll call this. Yeah, that's a good point. Um, Let me look at the character sheet, and let's see what else Make a cunning check.
Cunning check. Okay. Okay, not that bad. A total of 12 for 10.
Okay. You know that your life would be a lot easier if you decided to bring back just the wolf's head as opposed to the wolf's body.
Ah, okay. So I will try and then like, do I? How big is the wolf's head? Can I put it in my backpack?
What's all in your backpack?
Not a ton. It's like a lot of small like things like blankets.
I'll say this:
Um,
you can put it in head first and have its boop schnoot poking out.
okay, I'll do that.
Okay. And with that, your the head will probably be about like an extra 15 pounds. So I don't know what your carrying capacity is, but just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
And
I'll look.
just also know that you'll probably want to. I'll assume that you're wrapping it up in something so that you're not
Yeah.
getting head
Oh
head
yeah, yeah,
blood in there.
yeah.
Okay. So you absolutely can carry the wolf's head in there and follow the blood trail out of the forest if you may choose to do so now.
Yes, yes.
You guys will begin your walk and head towards this trail for as long as it goes and as long as it takes. The night is pretty quiet and largely still, as I've said. And um, what's even more still is kind of this lack of conversation between you and Sarah Boss as you guys are kind of walking through uh, the the rolling hills and trying to find the source of uh, this wolf problem. Whether that's a den, whether that's whatever the case may be, you'll have to find out. Sarah Boss will be the first to break up the stillness in the night, seeing that the trail is still going off for a ways, so it's not like you're coming up on anything close. And she'll
Yeah.
say, "So, Joe, how was your discussion with the keeper yesterday?"
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sarah Boss. I completely forgot after what just happened. I wanted to talk to you about that. Um, not well, we weren't directly in the camp. It didn't seem like a safe thing to do, I suppose. Um, yeah, the keeper. Well, I suppose, Sarah Boss. Can I ask you something back first?
Sure. I guess you can. Yeah, ask away. I can't refuse you the right to ask a question.
I mean, technically, yeah, but some people don't like when answer a question with a question. So I just want to, let you know that I'm not trying to dodge your question. I'm just anyway. I would like to know you as a Kunari and your interactions with people like the Dalish elves or the crows from before. Um, they have you. I mean, you have been unable. Well, because of everything, you guys don't get along and people have been or will be mean to you. How does that make you feel? Prejudice is the word I'm looking for. There we go.
She will ponder this question because she'll be pondering it. That's why I can't tell you anymore because you're not Sarah Boss. Um,
That's fair.
she will take some time to ponder it, and after some time, she will chirp up and say, uh, "I understand that the relationship with other mm, groups of people, races, factions, um, are at varying qualities. Some are amicable, and some are less than ideal. Um, Unfortunately, uh, I come up from a place where I have seen and understood the Cune, and because I've seen and understood it, I also know its value. And unfortunately, this whole time, this war has been about ultimately trying to make the people of Thetis realize the value of the Cune. And uh, because of the, we'll say, lack of agreeableness from other groups, uh, relations have maintained a sort of rocky nature and will potentially persist to be. Nonetheless, I don't personally wish ill harm on these people, despite the fact that I do wish and I do hope to seek to spread the word of the Cune to others, at least someday, when I feel like I'm at least ready to.
Hmm. Well, thank you. Um, I'll tell you what the keeper said now. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that quickly. The keeper, when she asked you to leave, I was hesitant. I first was somewhat nervous that they were going to, like, you know, try and put you in a cell or something as you left the door, and she assured me that was not the case, and I didn't think that you could be kept down anyway. So, um, but I kind of try and smile like light in mood when I say that. But um, she asked me why I was traveling with you, or why I would travel with the Kunari. Um, and I said we have similar goals right now, I think, and that traveling with you has been very nice. And yeah, I like traveling with you so far. So I don't see a reason not to, I suppose. Um, you know, um, and she seemed not too thrilled about that because of, I don't want to sound cruel here, so that's why because of who your people are. Um, she said that your Kunari people and the spreading of the Kyun had been a cultural genocide of um, the people, or it was a crusade, like a cultural genocide, is how she described the the coming of the Kunari to Thetis, and that they just didn't trust any Kunari, basically, including you, even though you had done no wrong to them. Um, because of their past experiences and their parents' past experiences and so on and so forth. Um, it was interesting because I spoke to them about how they see the other people around here as well, like the humans and the crows and all the things. And she also said that many elves are used in these wars that are being fought, like as slaves. And I don't believe in slavery. I don't. It will never be okay. But I feel as though I don't have anything I can do to stop people from doing it. So, that it's one thing to think it's not right, but then to do nothing about it is then what what I mean. Anyway, but she said that the Dalish have been lucky because they are too fast and too nimble to be caught and used in this war. Um, and the conversation mostly was about that until we started talking about the Hala and how we could help each other. And I said, if we get the Hala, will you give us some maps and maybe trade with us? And she said yes. I got the feeling that maybe they would trade with us, maybe if we didn't get the Hala, but they're very uncomfortable with I mean, probably just anyone coming into their camp, but a Kunari made them more uncomfortable. And I didn't feel like. Sorry, I should let you speak before I say this part, but yes, is there anything you want to say to that, their boss?
She thinks about it, and you said a lot there. And what I think I would like to touch on is this idea of cultural genocide, because those words are severe,
Yeah.
and um, they can't be thrown around. We'll call that haphazardly. What the
Hmm.
Quinari have been doing is not telling people to forget what they know, because we've all lived lives before the Quinari have been here, and we will probably all live lives in an era where Quinari are potentially not here. Uh, what we are attempting to do as a people is to not make them forget what they know, but simply to help them learn what they do not know. And with that comes back to the component that I told you earlier, which is the agreeable component. And that is where your keeper would call genocide. We
Hmm.
are simply taking out those that refuse to ever understand where we are coming from, and always with 100% guarantee retaining those that would hear out what the Kuhn has to offer and provide. With that, your keeper is correct. The Dalish have largely been unaffected by the Kuhn's efforts, and that will probably continue to be the case. Similarly, a lot of the dwarves throughout Thedas are largely unaffected, because it's not easy to get inside in underground fortress or tag, and they are also pretty apprehensive to any overworld visitors, irregardless of race. Um, and furthermore, uh, she can only really see the conflict portion of what's going on in the East, and not necessarily what has been done to make things right over in the East. But that is something that I can't simply just explain, and nor would I expect anyone to really just buy into based off of an explanation, which is why I even hesitate to talk about any of these things and don't claim to be a teacher of the Kuhn, um, because I couldn't explain it well or the best. I only know how to live it, and for you specifically, Joe, I'm not necessarily here to change your mind as about now. And just to clarify, you are the best thing to happen to me since I lost my Arvarad, and by extension my troop. And I know for you that is a limited amount of time, because it is a limited amount of time. But when we're talking about how meaningful the limited amount of time did for me in my life, as opposed to what was going to be the outcome, I just want to let you know that this has been an incredible outcome for me, and I would hate for this situation to spoil because of the keeper's perceptions of my people, and by extension me.
I think when she says that meeting you has been the most meaningful uh, thing to me since lost my Arvorad, I like stop walking. Like I stop in my tracks. And just like in my head, the way I'm imagining it, she's walking maybe behind me, like kind of in tow, and she almost like bumps into me, maybe. But um, I think that catches me really off guard. Um, but then, as she says the rest of it, I would like turn to her now and to be like fully addressing her because I imagine we've been walking during this. I say, Sarah Boss, meeting you has been one of the best things that has happened to me since God, since I don't even know when. Maybe since oh, maybe since I sold my horse, which is a weird thing to say, but I had it doesn't sound as meaningful when I say it, but I want you to know how much that means to me. I also want to clarify that what the keeper said is not going to turn me away from you. That I understand she can only tell me what she's experienced, but I'm experiencing something different. And while I can understand why she would want to tell me this or think that that is helpful what she's telling me, it's not the truth that I know right now. Um and that um I wanted to wait to talk to you about it, not because I was trying to hide it or you know, scared to talk to you about it. It was more I didn't want to talk about it in the middle of their camp because I wanted to get you out of their camp because I don't like how they talk about you, how they acknowledge you. I know that is just a thing, and but again, I don't know if I think it should be, and so I just felt like it would be better to have the conversation one on one when we were away from all of that. But then we needed to get our sleep before the holla, and then Ricky ran off into the forest, and I'm so sorry. I just put it out of my mind because of the immediate everything, and I apologize, Sarah Boss. I did not mean to make you feel as though I was considering like changing my like to leave you here or to that I was going to be plotting something or whatever it is that I feared I made you think that I assure you I did not.
She will nod and take this all in and reply with, "That is certainly comforting um, and appreciated, and I am grateful for your honesty, and I understand that circumstances have played a role in terms of uh, what has happened, but nonetheless, I do not take any of that, you know, personally. I completely understand, and I'm just letting you know that I am equally as dedicated to your cause um, as you are, um, and that if this is what we need to do, then I'm completely on board. Hell or high water. So, with that being said, I is there is there anything else that you would like to, I don't know, get off your chest before we?
Cerebos, may I give you a hug?
Hmm.
If not, it's okay. I just feel like a hug would be nice, but you know, it is okay if not.
Make an empathy check.
Fuck, fuck me. Okay. Well, at least this is my good stat. 13 minus 2 is 11.
Um, with an 11, you will know that through the rod, um, as soon as you reach to grab a word,
Mhm.
it just escapes your fingertips.
Mhm.
And you feel new words coming. And
Oh.
as soon as you feel them,
Mhm.
they just escape your hands. And you can't really quite describe it except the feeling of, four or five different emotions at once that Cerebos is currently experiencing. You're unable to describe either of them as they just escape you, but the visualization you see as you sense these emotions past come and cycle so fast is
Mhm.
like the closest thing that you could visualize in a way that makes sense to you is like is the idea of like butterflies.
Oh.
And
Um.
Cerebos will say, Joe, I would not mind a hug from you.
And like without another word, I like rush and I like hug her very, very deeply. Um. I don't think I say anything. I just hug her for a moment.
Can you give me a morale check with advantage? That is a willpower check.
Okay. That's good. Okay. So 14 minus 2 is 12.
Okay, I'll say with a 12. The hug, it's about like a 4-second hug. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yay.
It's solid composition, appropriate amount of firmness applied. It is a little bit difficult because you are two grown women in your different armor sets, so it's
Yeah.
not what we would call a perfect hug, but it is a hug nonetheless. And as soon as you let go, you both feel through the rod that both of your guys' mood just slightly improved. Like
Oh, good.
you guys just had a really shit situation put forth to you, and
Mhm.
uh, and now you're doing a lot better than how you started your evening.
Mm. Yeah. Um, I think after I do you think she breaks the hug or do you think I break the hug or do you think it's kind of at the same time?
I think she would break the hug first,
Okay.
uh, and I can't explain the logic behind it because
No, no, I
I'm
agree.
God.
I agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 So she breaks the hug, and I will, break it like, as quickly, when you follow the hug break,
Yeah,
it's kind of weird to like
you can't
try
force
and
it to keep it going.
yeah. No, it's just kind of weird to like explain the logic of how hugs work. I don't know why. I'm like getting weirdly into it now, but not important. Um, and I step back and I kind of smile and I'm like, okay, um, would you like to keep going?
She looks at you and she's like, "What would our other options be? This is the immediate task at hand."
That is right. Well, there's always the option to quit and abandon the path, but I feel like that would be doing ourselves a disservice. So, on we go.
She nods and she says, "On the go." And you
Um,
guys will proceed forward up through the winding hills. Um, and this was a conversation that was happening all along your walk.
mhm.
Um, and I will say that along the walk, the blood trail will begin thinning out. Um, and by thinning out, I mean that you have to walk a longer distance before you get the next blotch of blood to be noticeable on the ground, which is a little odd to you. It either means that the wolf is running out of blood, um, or or it could mean something else, but you wouldn't know. Uh, and Sorry. All right. So
Okay.
you notice that it's thinning out just ever so slightly, and with that, you come closer, and in front of you is kind of a the forest kind of veers off and up to the right, and the what is either can only be described as very hilly or just barely vaguely the threshold of mountainy.
Mm.
You get up to uh, almost breaching a clearing that is kind of high up, and you can tell because when you turn around and look behind, you can kind of see the valley that you ventured through, and uh, you can see amongst all the trees is like, oh well, that is certainly where wolf number one attacked us. Oh, that's kind of where wolf two kind of attacked us, and oh, that's where Ricky began to start losing us, and you can kind of map it all the way back to where you can kind of see the other side of the valley. And I'll say, can you make a perception check for me?
Yes. 3 4s.
For a 12,
Um,
for a 10.
no, no, no,
Um,
no, no. This one. 13.
so
So an 11.
13, 11.
I was just because it's perception, the exploration stunt, because I got 3 4s, but you can say no because I don't remember the rules for that one.
Yeah, I'll say with an 11, that'll be just enough to make a perception or an exploration stunt, but it is perception, so I don't know what would be necessarily
Let's see.
viable. But I'll tell you while you look at the list that you will
Yeah.
look across the valley, and you'll see just on the other side is uh, is the faint uh, magical light or aura emanating from the Dalish camp.
Oh. Oh.
As they're all the way over there. Um, you can't make out if individuals are awake or you can't you could potentially see the occasional hollow walking around, but you don't see anything that's like, oh, that's definitely Ricky.
Okay.
So you can't get confirmation if people are awake or if Ricky made it back, but you do see the faint outline of the Dalish camp off into the distance across the valley.
Okay. Um. Hmm. Yeah, there's not a lot of these that work super well, but um, eh, can I just like you can put some spin on the advantageous position and you make your discovery from an advantageous position of your choice. That position, however, like just somewhere advantageous. I don't know what that means. There's not really a good one, so
Yeah, You can take an advantageous position. I'll say you can partially start climbing up a tree and
Okay.
take a look into the valley and gain all that information that I just said. With your advantageous positioning, I will say that you can give me another perception check as well.
Oh, sweet. Wow, I rolled really well on this one. That is a 16 minus 2 for a 14.
Really good. With a
Mhm.
14, you'll look up into the direction that you and Cerebos are walking in, and uh, you'll see that uh, the blood trail starts becoming dense as it's actually been. It makes a small, not small, it makes a about 10-foot diameter circle as if the wolf spent some time walking in circles in a certain spot. And that certain spot is at, and with a 14, I would say, in a clearing for just the smallest, most bare bones makings of a camp of sorts.
Mm.
You'll see just the smallest of tents where it could either, if you try to fit two people in there, it would be uncomfortable. And if it's one, it's just barely adequate. The smallest of campfires and that's about it. Like you can barely make out the details of the camp.
Okay. And how far away did that look?
Yeah, with your advantageous positioning, that's about like 75 feet up ahead, and it's kind of like up and around a bend
Okay.
that you can only see because of your advantageous positioning.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'll tell Cerebos what I see. Um, and I will say, I think that's where we need to go, but okay, I think that's where we need to go.
She'll look at you and she's like, I'll take your word for it. I mean, if it's a blood trail, it's got to be our wolf.
Well, now you just made me doubt it a little bit, actually, because there are lots of things that have blood, but I still think never mind. I understand. Never mind. And I'm like, you're right. Let's go.
Sarah Boss looks at you and she's like, Are you fucking dumb? Um, no, no. God just said that through Sarah Boss. He channeled it. Um, but yeah, so you guys will begin your walk up ahead. And how would you like to make your approach?
Well, I would say that we want to, start getting stealthy pretty quickly into the approach. Um, yeah,
Sarah
we
Boss is
want to
wearing
be,
armor, so
yes. Um, I don't want to make her take it off. So,
whoa.
uh,
You guys just hugged.
hey,
Chill out.
whoa, we're moving really fast. No, yeah, I don't really want her to take off her armor. She can technically roll stuff. Um, I guess I'll tell her to stay a little bit behind me. Um, because I am wearing armor, but it doesn't make me unstealthy.
Yep.
Um, because of my stuff. So should just try and stay a little bit behind me, and so that we can try and at least my way of being a little quieter.
Okay. She will take your word and she'll walk behind you. And she'll let you take point as you both make stealth checks.
Yes. 3 1. Well, God, I hope not. Not 3 1s. That's good. Oh. Uh-oh. Hello? Hello? Patrick?
What'd you get?
Not three ones. I got um 15 minus 2 for 13.
Okay. I will not tell you what Sarah Boss got.
Oh god, fucking hell. Um yeah, I think I want to have the shield again on my back. I don't want to feel like I don't want this person or thing feeling like I'm approaching immediately as a threat if I'm not being stealthy here. So I want the shield on my back, and no weapon drawn, but I have my sword, sheathed, and it's, on the hip, and then my spear is on my little like
It's
it's
on your
it's it's
person,
on it's on my person.
but
Yeah.
it's not equipped. Nothing is equipped.
No.
Okay. Sarah Boss will take lead. I mean, even though she will not take lead, she'll follow your lead in how you're doing that, even though she doesn't have a weapon to equip. You both will be crouched. How far in front of Sarah Boss are you going to be? Can you specify?
God, she rolled that bad. No. I want to be a good 15 feet in front of her.
Okay. We'll make that about 5 yards,
Yep.
roughly. And you will begin following up and getting closer to the encampment. When you start to approach the encampment, can you give me a perception check, particularly hearing?
Okay. It's gonna be the two fucking crows. Oh no. Not very good. So that's awesome. I got two twos. Um, 10, 4, and 8.
A 10, 4, and 8. Yeah, not fantastic. Um, as you begin to start walking up the hill, you will start hearing the faintest of whimperings
Oh,
as you hear the wolf either in excruciating pain or in grave distress, of which you cannot necessarily make out for sure. I'll say that you will walk for several more yards as you get closer to the encampment
I
and
think
clearing.
if
Bef-
I hear the oh,
you'll get about several yards closer to the encampment before the whimpering that you heard completely stop.
oh no.
You don't know
Uh-oh.
what stops it, and because your
Oh,
auditory sense was so bad, you don't you don't get any additional details.
awesome. Good. Good. Um, yeah. So, um, I'm gonna just I stop in my tracks when it stops, I think, because I'm like, oh shit, there's only one thing this could mean. It fucking hurt us. Um, can I try and signal for Cerebos to like go around, like kind of flank this little like clearing area, like start making her way that way?
Yep, she will
Yeah.
certainly do so. Um, she will strafe to the right where you heard the whimpering come from the left, and she
Okay.
will try to achieve a sort of flank. How much will you allow Cerebos to stray away before you continue your approach forward?
Um, Not a ton. I just don't
About a
want her like,
minute,
oh, not that long.
30
Um,
seconds?
30 seconds.
Okay. You'll wait about 20 seconds and you'll be watching Sarah Boss walk through this little forested, some shrubbery, as she tries to strafe around the camp to get an angle essentially on what was essentially around the corner of this encampment, and you being at the precipice essentially. As Sarah Boss keeps moving, you hear distinctly coming over from Cerebos that her armor nicks
Oh,
and bumps into a tree, making a small ting.
oh,
And you'll hear from the source of the whimpering, you'll hear a slight hum at the same time as a voice saying, "Who goes there?"
okay. Someone mouthed their crows. Okay. I will speak up, even though it's wasn't near me. Wait, actually, no. I'll wait just a beat to see if Cerebos does anything.
She does nothing, and while she does
Okay.
nothing, can you make a perception check?
Uh-oh. Okay. Just regular perception.
Yep.
Um, 9 for a 7.
With a 9 or for a 7, I'll say that you don't necessarily hear anything beyond the humming and the voice that called out, but what you will notice is that the clearing in the encampment is being illuminated by a soft uh, red orange glow.
Okay.
And
I'm
the
gonna like.
air is
Oh,
still as Cerebos does not respond to the call that was issued out.
yeah. I want to say sorry and like kind of like stand up and like make noise where I am and like try and draw the attention to me and like that I'm like sorry, 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 I'm here. I want to, yeah, I want to do that. I want to say sorry, sorry, hi, basically that.
Yeah, so you'll stand up and you'll approach into the clearing. How do you present yourself?
Hands up, like I want to be seeming very not sheepish, but she's trying to look, she's trying to seem like she's like a country bumpkin type woman, and because they've been running in the forest for like a long time now, and she's sleep deprived, she thinks she can pull it off.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Give me a performance check.
What is that? Communication?
Yep.
Cunning?
Communication.
Okay, 2 6s by the way. So that is 15 for a 13.
Okay. You can make a role playing stunt as you approach into the clearing, and once you pick your stunt, I'll describe what happens.
Okay. Can I make any of them? Because I rolled a 6, right? And the top is a
Yep.
5. Okay. Tower of Will. Okay, so I'm going to do the I'm gonna do the stunned silence. Uh I want to come out, and it's so surprising that like this woman came out of the forest kind of like this, that it leaves the other person unable to speak for at least a full round, and I get like the chance to like basically start doing another thing, and I want to get a better look at the camp.
So you are so impressive that you leave all those. At the very least, long enough for characters to begin to do something else. Okay, yeah. So you will present yourself as a hoe bumpkin little harlot that's approaching in the middle of the night. For no reason, as you're strapped with a spear, a sword, and a magical rod, and a shield on your person as you're trying to present as a farmer.
Yeah.
And as you approach, no, not approach, as you walk into the encampment, Cerebos will maintain her discretion in the shrubbery behind you, or so you recall. And while this is happening, you will begin to look off to the left as to who goes there, essentially. And what you'll see are two individuals. And one of the individuals is what you assume to be the voice that you heard say who goes there. And it is a tall, lanky man wearing a, we'll call it a either a dark lavender or just a faint violet colored robes with a magenta kind of collar piece to it. In his hand, left hand, he is holding a bloodied knife, and
Oh,
on the ground behind him is the wolf that he seemingly just killed, that was at
oh,
one point hunting you. And adjacent to him is a woman wearing kind of a similar, not necessarily a robe, but it's almost like a bodysuit of sorts, as it's a long white tunic with undergarments that are slightly faintly purple, and she has a leather belt around her waistband and a kind of fur scarf collar that wraps around her neck. The gentleman himself has long hair that kind of swoops down in front of his face, not too dissimilar from like a Snape. And the woman has a short, wild, and kind of a, we'll say, somewhat messy bob cut. And the woman herself, for her weapon, is wielding a large gnarled branch. And that gnarled
oh,
branch is a staff. And that staff at the end of it is the source of the red and orange emanating light that is giving light to the clearing.
awesome.
And the they look at you both in silence as you enter the clearing. Wolf is dead, staff not ablaze but alight, and knife in hand, as they're trying to assess who you could be, what you would possibly be doing, trying to like come into their encampment when they were just trying to kill a wolf, and they were seemingly minding their business.
Okay. So then I'll speak up, uh, and I'll be like, um, sorry to interrupt. Um, I myself was chasing down that wolf a while back. If it was the one I seen, there seems to be a lot of wolf around here lately. Didn't mean to spook you in the night like this. Um, you killed it. That's great. Sorry. Um, hi.
I'll
How
say
are
this, you
you?
get about like
Yeah,
20
halfway
more
through that.
words before they can start speaking. So you can
Okay.
keep saying what you're saying and decide if you're going to do anything, but I'll say for the stunned silence component, you get about
Yeah.
20 more words before the quote unquote next round would begin.
Oh, okay, wait. Okay, so I thought that like you telling me what I saw was the action. Um, so yeah, I wanted to do like a perception check was what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean that's what you see with your perception check. I mean, you can
Okay,
roll to
so
see if you're trying to find anything else, but this is what you see when you walk into the encampment.
okay. Hmm, yeah. I guess the I would like to try and like get it. Can I do like a perception empathy check on them to like just try and perceive the vibe?
Um, yeah, I would say you can. It'll,
Bruh.
it'll be a difficult check because it's hard to empathize with individuals that have not said a word since you walked in the clearing.
Yeah,
But you can.
yeah, just trying to, get a little something from them. Interpret maybe their relationship, something, something. I got double fives. Um, so 17 for a 15.
Yeah. So with an empathy check, you get the idea that these two individuals are companions, but what it means to be a companion is very, loose. But you
Yeah.
know that from this encampment, the small tent, the single fire,
Oh, that,
they are together in some capacity. Currently, uh, I guess you would call them to an extent somewhat hobos, as this is not even much of an encampment to guarantee like safe survival.
yeah.
They seem to be kind of, as far as empathy is concerned, they are looking at you with mostly confusion. The male individual would probably be slightly more annoyed than the female, as it's like, what the fuck are you doing here? I just killed this wolf, and now, this random just showed up to the party.
Hmm. Okay. But they don't seem like scared or like relieved that they killed this like wolf or anything. It's not like any of that kind of emotion left in the air.
Um, I'll say with a 15, you gained everything regarding what empathy they're exuding from them,
That's fair.
regarding
That's
their
fair.
emotions. And
Okay.
with that, the male individual will be like, will say, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?"
Hi. Uh, my name is and she's gonna say her like full name, like not her like full name. She's gonna say her full first name. She's gonna say, "My name is Giovanna. Um, I'm here. Uh, like I was chasing down that wolf also because I ran into it into the wall in the woods, and I fell behind a little bit. And so I caught up, and you guys killed it. So yeah,
They make a perception check.
is this just
Visual.
perception, visual? Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Um. Oh, not bad. Not bad. 14 minus 2 is 12.
With the 12, you'll notice that in their faces is just a faint amount of sallowness, as
Whoa,
they
what does that word mean?
it means that they look just slightly malnourished, um,
Malnourished.
and as if like they are kind of just barely getting
Mhm,
by. I'll
mhm,
say with a 12, you don't pick up any more details than that, but the uh, female individual will say, she's like, "And so what? You're just going to come into the camp following a wolf for your own meal?
Whoa,
You
whoa,
look like you're doing
whoa!
fine for yourself." And
Whoa! Hey, 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 hey! I don't need this wolf for food. I it was bother. I just ran into it. It started, attacking me. So I'm not concerned with eating this wolf. If you guys want the wolf for food, that's fine with me. Um, I'm sorry for budging into your camp. That was not. I didn't mean to, pull the wool over your eyes. I just uh followed the wolf, got here, and then you heard a noise in the woods, and I didn't want to uh end up with us attacking each other, so I decided to make myself known. Let's yeah.
um, they will. You're still wearing your backpack, right?
Oh yeah.
The male individual will speak up and he'll say, "So, how can you claim to not be interested in this wolf when that's clearly what's in your backpack at the moment? The head of another wolf."
Well, oh, okay. Okay, we have some details getting mixed up here. You're taking some of my words and not quite getting them. I'm interested in the wolf. I'm interested in wolves, but I'm not trying to take the wolf back. Like, I'm not trying to like take your meal here. I would love a tooth from the wolf if possible, maybe a little bit of hair. But you can have the wolf as a whole.
Uh,
And I'll add at the end. I'll be like, can we work out some kind of deal here? Is there something we can do? I can get a tooth, canines. Wow.
the woman will say, "You can, you can tell us what, uh, why you need a wolf's tooth and a wolf's head and some wolf's fur, and then in exchange we can give you the, uh, we'll oblige and give you what you need."
Yeah, that's fair. That is very fair. I see what you're saying there. Can I just a moment? Just a moment. Um, does Thetis have like the equivalent of Little Red Riding Hood, like a story like that
I'll say,
to do cultural lore?
I'll say for the purposes of role playing, they do.
Okay. Um, so I think her immediate thought is to be like, so I have a friend who, you know, had a very scary encounter with a wolf when they were younger. And I promised them I would make them a little wolf replica so that they can get, like work through their feelings. She and I, we go way back, very close. Um, this is for her, and I don't need the whole wolf. There's plenty of wolves out there. And also I'm getting close to being done. So yeah, I'm just trying to look for the finishing touches, you know?
Make a deception check.
Is that actually cunning or is that communication?
Communication.
Okay. It doesn't matter. But they're both 4 feet. Oh god, not not good. Oh no. Oh no. 9 for a 7.
Yeah. So, the male individual with his knife in hand will squint at you as you're given the story, and he's like, "So you're telling me that you came here in the middle of the night to track down one wolf for a cute little doll replica that you want to make, and you come across us, and we're supposed to buy that?"
I say to him, I try and give him like a little aside actually. It's not actually, but like I try to. I try to make it look that way. I'm like, hey man, you've been in love, right? This is like a special thing for someone. Yeah, I know you to put in the extra effort for it, okay? Um, Also I like the night. It's winter. It's great. Okay. Um, if you I mean, come on, if you could do one thing to make your woman happy, wouldn't you?
Can you make a perception check?
Yeah. Oh no. Uh, I rolled so bad. No. Not an empathy perception check, just a perception check.
Yeah. Just a visual perception check.
Ah. 7, well, 8 for a 6.
Yeah, with the 6. The the male individual will take like 2 steps closer to you and will be slightly more illuminated in the red and orange light.
Yeah.
And he's staring you down. And
Mhm.
now seeing him from head to toe, you can kind of get a picture uh, of an apostate that
Oh.
is currently out in the woods. And you get the idea that that's what both of these individuals are, as their
Oh.
malnourishment, their clothing, and their scrappiness gives you the impression of. If with a 6, even though it's not good, I'll say that
Yeah, with my background.
with your background, not even really your background, I'll say because of circumstances, you'll notice around his neck
Mhm.
is a small necklace, and the necklace contains a pendant which just contains the smallest part of a tip of a silver hala horn.
Mm.
And he will look at you and he'll say, "What would make my special someone happy is if my special someone's source of food isn't being threatened by some nosy Hoboken girl who's trying to get a little too involved for her own good." And he'll look over to the woman and he'll say, uh, "Eris, can you please restrain her?"
Mm.
And she'll
Mm.
nod.
Mm.
And can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Yes, I can. There we go. There's some good fucking numbers. God. Constitution is okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. Um, 16 minus 2 is 14.
With a 14, unfortunately, you do
Oh,
not beat this individual named Eris's spell power. Um, you know that feeling when you get up from out of bed or off the couch and you stand up and the blood rushes to your head
yeah.
and you're like, whoa, I just felt a buzz a little bit.
Hmm.
Picture that sensation spreading across your entire body and not just your head as the blood in your veins begins to decide to go on the opposite side of the highway and
Oh,
flow in different directions and not necessarily go the way your body's biology is designed to allow it to go.
oh, awesome.
As you
So
are
that's blood
in
magic?
as you are standing in the clearing, you feel that you want to reach for your sword,
Mm.
but the blood in your arm is so stiff around your elbow and shoulder joints that you can't even begin to move it in any sort of direction that would call favorable.
Mm-hmm.
You are currently bound by 2 blood mage apostates, and
Right.
as of right now, have no hope to move. They will walk up to you and say, "If you so desire to threaten our source of food and save these Hala, then so be it. But you must know, darling, we still have to eat. And, well, if you volunteer, then so be it." And that's where we'll end today's session.
Very nice. Very good. Um, it's just mistake after mistake with me. Yeah, wow. Perfect. Perfect.
And that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So yeah, this session, uh, I actually wanted you to get to this moment last session. In fact,
Mm,
I wanted it to get a lot further than this, but I'm just a slow individual. I'm a slow
me
individual
too.
that takes my time with a lot of things. So uh,
Me too.
combat takes a long time. So it is what it is. But I like where this ends off. I like that it's very
Me too.
complicated and very problematic, and that's the best Dragon Age scenarios: complicated and problematic.
And that's where I strive to be in every Dragon Age, everything.
Yep, yep. So the question is what, if anything, will Sarah Boss do? You know, will she come
Yeah.
in clutch? Um, More than likely, probably. I would like to think so. But yeah, I would like to see how this 2v2 works with two apostates and one mage and one warrior. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of fucked, I think.
um, maybe, maybe we'll have to
Yeah.
come see. Uh, So, Pearl, as is tradition with every episode, can you describe what was your favorite part, your least favorite part, what you look forward to, what you know, anything that you want to talk about high level about the episode?
Well, of course, I have to say that what I look forward to knowing, besides these guys, is did Ricky survive? That's really important to me. That's like he's the true hero of this adventure, so it is really important to me to find out his fate. But also like in the very serious way about that, it is also very important because if Ricky dies and we go back to the camp, that's gonna be bad.
It's
So like
problematic.
it's problematic in a lot of ways if Ricky's dead. Um, but yeah, I hope Ricky made it. My favorite part of the episode was definitely the moment in the woods with Sarah Boss. I wasn't expecting her to say that like um our being together was so important, and um Joe is inclined to think that that's kind of a very big deal for her to say. I mean, like, it's not like it has been very long since the Arboros died. At least that's how I interpreted it.
Yeah,
But um, I think that Joe thinks that like that is a pretty important thing that she said, and was very shocked and shocked and honored. I'd say even like that was very meaningful to her. So I'd say that was my favorite part. And I always like the more serious conversations with Sarah Boss because Joe and her are so different. But they have similarities, I guess, as well. But they're just like upbringings are so different, and their views of the world are largely so different. So I always like that a lot. Um, um, yeah, I think those are my favorite. I liked when I rolled three sixes. That's very unlikely, so it felt awesome.
yeah. I
Um,
was thinking about giving you just the insta
Instill.
kill, but I was like, this wolf actually has a lot of health left, so I don't know if I can just give that for freezies. But then when
Mhm.
you chose like lethal damage, I was like, oh wait, actually this is very attainable.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was a miscalculation on my part because had I realized it was as low as I thought it was a little bit above 20. So I'm like,
Oh,
if her weapon only does realistically a 2d6 plus some bonuses with damage, then you know maybe uh, it's realistic that you would actually roll low, or at least on average. If you rolled the average, you would still not be close to killing him. But with how well you rolled, I was like, oh shit, okay, actually this is very attainable. But yeah, no, I get
one
that.
of my three good rolls the whole game.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough to roll good with this D6 system.
It really is. Holy crap.
It is kind of brutal, but um, yeah, no, Cerebos, yeah, I wanted to definitely illustrate that because um, when you when you begin to grill any like non-violent is not the word, but not like a aggro kind of Quinari that
Yeah.
is trying to wage war or something like that. It's very easy to grill them and be like, "Yo, dog, what your people's doing is very fucked up." So like, Cerebos is in a very interesting position of like self-awareness, but also knowing that you just don't understand. So it's like a delicate balance for her.
Mhm.
But nonetheless, at the end of the day, it comes down to like you because she's so strongly essentially what it was going to come down to was going back to session one where it was over for her. She was ready to be done. It was I'm
Mhm.
on my way out, and so I think this was like you know she understood that you had some very serious and kind of incriminating discussions with a very noble and powerful woman with the Dalish Keeper, and so I think that was important for her to express to you. Like, I didn't say it, but like, dog, you are. This is without you. This I would not be here. So, um, you know, well, for whatever that is worth to you, you mean so much to me. So yeah, that was important for at least me as a DM, but also I think it's Cerebos as a character at that time to express.
Mhm. And like I think Joe, like the way I imagine Orlay at least, and I think pretty canonically, it's a lot. It's very superficial. Um, so like people say, oh, like the kind of like, oh, I love you, like I love you, bestie, like type thing all the time.
Yeah,
Um, so like she doesn't necessarily think to like give people. She doesn't think about like making sure that she's saying or doing things always in the like transparent, good, not gamey way.
yeah,
Um, and she's used to people saying things like, I love you, bestie, but like Sarah Boss is so different from anyone she's met really ever. That like it was so genuinely shocking for her to hear that. Even though like you say, like it makes sense from an outside perspective, kind of understanding the situation, but still she was like,
shocked.
oh yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm explaining that very well, but
no, I
yeah.
get it. I understand your position of like where you came from.
Hmm.
If you're like, whoa, that's dope, then I'd be like, oh shit, okay, maybe I didn't deliver that properly. Where she understands the severity, where she's like, oh, neat, something like that.
Yeah. No, no, no. I was like, oh my gosh, like wow, holy crap. Like, I mean, yeah, yeah. Well, Joe specifically. This is how Joe's feeling mostly.
Yeah,
Um, I feel like Pearl at least hopefully thought that they were like that the relationship is very important to both of them in some respect. I think Joe also like had kind of in the back of her head thoughts that she's worried that she's worried about the forcing of Cerebos. She's worried that Cerebos is not actually okay with what's going on. So I think that comment, I think that's what I'm trying to get to the heart of. It didn't feel superficial. It felt genuine, and I think that was shocking
yeah,
for Joe. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Your guys' relationship is going to be very fascinating to explore. I was also very caught off guard and pleasantly surprised by Joe's desire to give a hug. It seems
Oh,
very simple in hindsight, but in the moment I was like, oh, all right. Especially as an Orlesian woman, it's like what is real for her,
yeah.
and what is just facilitating the higher likelihood of a more favorable outcome by doing this by committing to this gesture. So in that sense, it's like very it was shocking of like, oh, okay, she feels this way, so this is cool.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna just hug her, and then I was like, oh no, like that's not. It's so fun playing a character because I was going to just hug her. Like that was my initial thought was I oh my god, they need to have a hug. And then I was like, oh shit, like they can't just hug each other. Like they can't just do that. Um, and you know, asking for permission to touch people is always a good thing, even if it's quote unquote just a hug. But yeah, I think that in Orlais it's a lot more of a like there are greetings and there are pleasantries for like showing your love for people, and I think her like genuinely asking if she can give her a hug and truly wanting to give the hug and being the one that didn't let go first was very very important in that moment.
This is true, and I'm excited to see how that grows going forward. But in order for it to grow forward, I mean, you have to get out of this fucking situation.
That's
So
true.
we'll
And
see.
every single freaking time I'm like, okay, so you're gonna kill Sarah Boss. That's or I shouldn't get too attached because clearly she's going to die. It's where my head goes in every fight.
Yeah, yeah. No, it just happens that way where it almost gets to that point. Because I knew that your choice for abandoning Cerebos had to come with consequences. It was
Yeah.
just how you allowed those consequences to play out. Because I'm like, oh, but what if this wolf just decides to keep attacking Cerebos and then we're on death saves. So
Yeah.
uh, as far as all that other type of stuff, it's very yeah, I got very very close to killing Ricky.
Yeah.
You made a very very wise decision in that moment because if that
Mhm.
if that wolf rolled to attack and succeeded, it would have been
It
GG.
would have been over.
It would have been even on that even on that opportunity attack. I was very shocked
Yeah.
that um, he missed. I was like, this works out beautifully.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Pearl. Is it unfortunate for me? No, not necessarily. But I would have been very interested to see what would have happened if the last bite on the way out is what kills our legend here, Ricky.
Oh,
Um,
I would have been I think I would have gone off the deep end a little
yeah, yeah, because it's
in the
like
moment at least.
the
Yeah.
first, I guess hint of civilization post Orlais is these Dalish
Mhm.
elves, and you fucking piss them off. Um, yeah, that would be a rough go at it, buddy.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
wow.
so
Oh yeah, the thing I was gonna say about the last part also was that you were like, do you have the backpack on you? And I thought about it um like right after I said I like stand up and show myself and I was like, oh shit, I didn't take off the backpack. So I very consciously like knew I had all that because I was like, shit, I didn't say I put it down. Um which I should have. I thought about it beforehand and I didn't do it. Um and yeah, I'm wondering if I could have gotten away with anything. I mean, if I rolled better or if came up with a better lie if I didn't have that.
yeah, it was like because you had a good thing going on for you. You nailed you had the stunned silence. So I'm like, okay, okay. So she has that going for her. How is she going to capitalize on this, newfound ability to just monologue for a period of time? And and you had me going there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I can. Maybe she can just get out of this predicament scot free because she's just like, but I'm like, it's so suspect because she's like, oh yeah, I don't want your wolf, and it's like middle of the night, and then I'm like, that has to be suspicious, but how do I catch her and like how suspicious that is? And I'm like, oh duh, she has a whole fucking wolf head in her pack, and I'm like, oh, if I didn't even give you the idea to take the wolf head with you, that situation potentially plays out so much differently because you're not even forced to have the
It's
wolf head
true,
and
yeah.
you're just empty handed. You're just an explorer in the middle of the night. Even then, it would still be a little suspect because, again, what are you doing in the middle of the night, in the middle of fucking
Yeah.
nowhere? But nonetheless, yeah, it's very interesting to see what, how you'll handle these apostates. And I let the word apostate slip out. It was on my mind because I was going to reveal it. I was actually going to make you do a
Um,
cultural lore check or something like that. But then it just
yeah.
slipped, and I'm like, well, I got to ride it out. I got to ride it out.
I
I
don't
spoiled the tea.
remember. Did you say it before or after you said the Hala necklace?
It was before the Hala necklace.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
Because
because I wanted to reveal that the apostates were. I wanted to reveal that these mages have a relationship with the Hala in some respect, with having the horn necklace. Um, and horn is not even the right word. It would probably be antler, antler necklace. But I let the word apostate slip out, and I knew I still wanted to give you the tidbit regarding the Hala necklace. So yeah, you got all the deets. You got all the deets.
well, it was interesting because with the hollow necklace, the hollow necklace got me more than the saying they were apostates actually, because you saying they were apostates, I was like, oh, like maybe like these are just mages to work with because they're running from the system and they're not actually like bad mages. Um, even though I maybe should have picked up on it by that point, but whatever. Um, um, but then you said the thing about the hollow necklace, and I was like, no, because in my mind, that's probably off one of the bodies like of the elves that they killed is what my immediate mind went to.
Yeah, I would say that you're on the trail, but you haven't put the mystery together. I'll say that.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, I'll say that, and I'll leave it at that. And maybe you'll get answers next episode. Maybe you can talk your way out of paralysis or something like
I
that.
don't think I can.
Come on, your Legion, sweet talker. Let's see what happens. Let's see what
There's
happens.
a reason she got kicked out of Orlais.
Yeah, potentially, potentially. Yes, true. This is true. All right. Until next time, I'll talk to you gamers later. And this was fun. This was good. And yeah, take it easy,
Okay,
everyone.
bye.
All right. Thank you for listening. All right. Goodbye.